Westfair Communications presented the 2019 C-Suite Awards on January 31st at Serafina at the IC in Stamford. Outstanding business and nonprofit leaders from Westchester and Fairfield were honored for their contributions to the success of their organizations. Each award's recipient was asked to answer one of three questions. How do they set forth goals to the team or organizations? How do they make adjustments to keep the organization on course? How do they remain innovative and evolve the business model?
We're honored tonight to be supporting a nonprofit, and it is the National Multiple Sclerosis Society. And Robin N. Binder is the president of the Society for New York City, Southern New York, and the Long Island chapter. And she'd like to share a little bit about her amazing organization.
Like you, the National MS Society is passionate about and committed to achieving our organization's mission and bold vision. And our vision is a world free of multiple sclerosis.
The keynote speaker was Kate Hamford Donahue, President and CEO of Hamford Research.
I walked into an organization that was losing money and was the epitome of the command and control style of management. My dad controlled everything, virtually every decision, all the money, who did what, everything. He was a chemist, and he'd been in chemical manufacturing his entire career. He was an expert. On the other hand, I had spent most of my high school chemistry class trying to get the boy that I liked to notice me. So needless to say, my chemistry skills were slim to none. So how in the world was I going to run this company that was struggling financially when I had absolutely no technical expertise to draw on whatsoever? I had no choice but to draw on other skills, the soft skills I had learned over the years, the people part of the equation. I actually hate the term soft skills because I think it somehow implies that these skills aren't important or that they're easy to learn, when in fact, I think they're much harder than technical skills to learn. So through trial and error, I learned a number of things. To ask questions, lots of them, even if I felt stupid doing so. To search for ways to cultivate trust that wasn't based on my technical knowledge through empathy and curiosity. To set goals collaboratively and therefore create clear accountability.
What was helpful and what we tried to do is not be afraid to emulate other people that are successful out there, and not just within our industry, but in the whole entire business industry. Who's being successful? What are they doing that's outside of the box? And can we bring that in? And can we use those nuggets to make ourselves better?
Goal setting starts in most organizations in the boardroom, but the execution of those goals relies on the commitment and the motivation of the organization as a whole. The question that was posed is, how do we set forth goals to the team and our organization? And to me, this means, or I interpret it as, how do we present and communicate the goals and objectives of the company in a way that motivates the people who will execute the action plan of those goals?
We have input from everybody. We don't make decisions in a vacuum. We're constantly looking for input from our staff. We're constantly looking for input from the customers and the clients that we serve. And it's all about getting buy-in from our staff and from our clients about the services that we're trying to provide. And without that buy-in, the sale's not going to sail, honestly. And for 19 years, that's been my goal. And every day we're constantly looking at mission. And do we have the support and do we have the resources in order to meet that mission?
I've been in healthcare at a federally qualified health center for 13 years. Norwalk is my second one and my second home. And so I've learned that in order to set goals, we really need to include everyone at the table when we're thinking about what is it that we want to accomplish in an organization. So we bring together key stakeholders in our strategic planning process. And I'm sure that everyone in this room has been part of a strategic planning retreat or committee.
I have always adhered to Peter Drucker's quote that people think ideas move mountains, and they're wrong. Bulldozers move mountains. Ideas tell the bulldozers where to go. So it's great to have goals, but you've got to get them done. And that's where a sense of urgency comes to play. I've always tried to impart to anyone I work with, whether that's professionally, staff, colleagues, or volunteers, to take a B+ approach to life. And what I mean by that is, first of all, a B+ is a 90 out of 100. I mean, that's pretty good. That's better than 9 other people in a room of 10. But second of all, it means taking risks and not being afraid to fail. Because if you do fail, it's okay, you're still going to have a B+. So I'm obviously not Rachel, but I am accepting on her behalf tonight.
As a Chief Information Officer for United Hebrew, my job is to make sure we stay current with all the new technologies. And in healthcare, there's so much available to us. Our mission at United Hebrew is to provide the best quality of life to our residents.
I believe there are 5 goals that we need to keep in mind. First, set real achievable goals and keep it simple. Set deadlines for these goals. Third, make sure that the progress is measurable. Help one another achieve these goals. And lastly, learn from your mistakes.
For those of you that understand the investment management business and financial planning business, there is no shortage. Trust me, I'm surrounded by the Merrill Lynches of the world. There's a bank on every corner in Fairfield. So there is no shortage of people that do what we do. So one message that I try to drive home every day is to let our clients and our staff understand that we need to constantly be reminding ourselves, even though there is so many people that do what we do, we need to define ourselves to begin to tell ourselves and our staff that we need to prove to everybody that we do it just a little bit different. And that is through innovation.
We believe in incrementalism. We believe that we don't make a lot of progress with big jumps. We make a lot of progress with a lot of little wins. And if you make little wins, you can reflect on them, adjust your business, and succeed beyond your goals.
As a leader whose mission is to serve, when I set forth a goal within my organization, it is in line with our mission, which is to provide service with pride and dignity to all population we serve. When I ask my staff to achieve a goal, I set the same expectation for myself because it is important for the team to know together everyone achieves more.
For us, goal setting starts with the individual. So when we interview someone, we ask what their goals are and see if their goals are going to mesh with ours, and if we can coach and support and be part of the team that brings them to their goals and thus brings our company to their goals. It's always a joy when we're able to do that. So we interview someone and they say, I want to learn, I want to grow, I want to succeed, I want to provide for my family, I want to be proud of what I do. Those are easy goals for us to integrate into our company. We want to do all of those things as well.
It's my understanding Jeff's not here.
My hands are full. Okay, so clearly I'm not Jeff Salguero. This is Jeff Salguero. But I am his wife and the founder and board president of Circle of Care, and he asked me tonight to accept this award on his behalf. But first, because he's a marketer and he can't stand being left out of anything, he asked that I videotape you all saying, "Hi, Jeff. Can I get a hi, Jeff?"
Please join me at this time to congratulate Richard Scaglio.
What really is important to me about this award is I wasn't nominated by a CEO or a COO. I was nominated by my team who makes me look good every day, and that's Table 11. So I want to say thank you very much. You guys rock and roll. Have a good night, everybody.
Staying innovative requires the optimal level of participating in industry conferences, consuming content from pertinent trade journals and news sources, continuing to network with industry movers and shakers, and most importantly, hiring and retaining team members that understand the need to remain on the cutting edge of marketing in the 21st century and have a passion for helping our clients succeed.
The wind has been changing. The beer business is under pressure at the moment. Consumers are shifting their preferences, and within the beer market, it's also getting more and more competitive. And Heineken USA gets its fair share of these challenges. But I think today the finance team and procurement and IT, we embrace those challenges because we feel equipped to do so, and we really feel that we unlock the actionable insights, that we help shape the future close to the business in order for them to drive the right decisions going forward.